Introducing into the ring first, coming to the red corner, representing Russia, Edmond KHUDOIAN.
Welcome everybody back to Ring A. This is the nighttime session, day 5 of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships. We start off with the minimum weight. This is the round of 16, and making his way to the ring is Euro 2024 gold medalist Edmond KHUDOIAN of Russia.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Botswana, Kobamelo MOLATLHEGI.
And KHUDOIAN is up against MOLATLHEGI of Botswana, who we've seen before. He beat Devendra of Papua New Guinea in his first fight.
Your judges for this contest come from Tunisia, Armenia, Colombia, Kazakhstan and Afghanistan.
I remember seeing KHUDOIAN at the World Championships in 2021. He got disqualified in the prelims. He dipped low at the waist and the referee warned him about it 2 or 3 times and then threw him out, and he couldn't quite believe it, but he was hinging and dipping and getting his head below his waist, and you're not supposed to do that, so it was a completely legit call. I just don't think anyone had ever really picked him up on it before, basically. He won a bronze at the World Championships in 2023. And MOLATLHEGI boxed at the World Champs that same year and at the African Championships the year before.
Round 1.
KHUDOIAN in red, MOLATLHEGI in blue. This minimum weight, the round of 16. So if you win this, you go into the quarterfinals and you're guaranteed at least $10,000 US. He can switch quite comfortably, KHUDOIAN, between orthodox and southpaw. He's gone southpaw now. Cuffs MOLATLHEGI with a lead right hand. Just reaching a bit MOLATLHEGI as he comes in. He got caught just before that by the right hand. Nice up jab there from KHUDOIAN. Midway through round 1, he's just warming into this nicely. There's a big gap between these two in terms of experience. MOLATLHEGI is up against it here. There's no question about that. Left hand into the body from KHUDOIAN. Just edging forward, KHUDOIAN hurrying up those feet, just trying to stay on top of MOLATLHEGI, who comes back with a left hand up top. Left to the body, and then dips and throws that right hand into the body. Closing stages of the opening round. He's dominating here, KHUDOIAN, which was always very likely to be the case. It would have been very surprising had he not. We saw MOLATLHEGI's first fight against Devendra, and I came away from that thinking that he was a little on the cautious side, but he's holding it together, and it's understandable. (10-9s) across the board.
Seconds out. Round 2.
So into the second. Chasing MOLATLHEGI, clubbing with the left hand, and the second one landed and put him down. Lost his feet a bit, crashed into the ropes, and then closing in there, KHUDOIAN walked onto a left hand himself, but he's going after MOLATLHEGI a little bit here. He didn't really look hurt, in fairness to the Botswanan, but he's got to be slightly careful here. He doesn't want to get into a swing up, I don't think, but he's looking to try and fire back. Try and just whip that uppercut in there, MOLATLHEGI, and since the knockdown actually he's become a bit bolder, a bit more aggressive, and I don't think it is such a bad thing. He's come out of his shell slightly. As I say, he did go clattering into the ropes, but he didn't look hurt. He looked fine when he got back up. The legs were solid, the eyes were clear, and for him it might be a sense of, okay, well I've felt what you've got to offer and it's not that bad. So into the final minute of the round. And KHUDOIAN again is winning the round comfortably. He's got the knockdown. It may well be a 10-8 round this, but MOLATLHEGI is giving us a lot more in the second than he did in the first, and I'm here for it. Gets a hold of his man, walks him out of the corner, and then dumps him on the canvas. So 2 rounds in, and things heated up nicely in that second round. It was more entertaining to watch than the first. There was nothing wrong with the first, but KHUDOIAN just picked his punches, put a 10-9 in his pocket, and he's won that second round as well. But there was a knockdown, chasing him across the ropes, and it was the second left hand that really caused him to lose his balance. But as I say, it wasn't a heavy knockdown because he wasn't really hurt.
Seconds out. Third and final round.
Switching stance there again, KHUDOIAN. Trying to land the jab. He's got this under control and he will be well aware of that. Dips those knees and fires the right hand into the body. I've said it quite a few times over the course of the last couple of days, but particularly if you're a fighter who's looking to go really deep in the tournament, which he is, and you're in control of a fight, and you know that in reality the chances of you relinquishing that control are very, very small, then in the final round, when you're 2 rounds up, you just want to hear the final bell without any kind of injury, without any kind of problem, head cut, clash, anything like that. Because the action comes thick and fast in these tournaments, intense. Just backpedaling here, KHUDOIAN, just see if he can bring MOLATLHEGI onto him, showing him a slightly different look, trying to tempt the Botswanan in. And it's the final 30 seconds. And I think MOLATLHEGI will take plenty away from this, because on paper this was a mismatch. I don't want to be unkind to the Botswana fighter, but it was. And KHUDOIAN's won it comfortably. He's done what you would expect him to do, but MOLATLHEGI, I think in the second and third rounds in particular, has just grown a bit. We kind of watched him grow in the ring in front of us. Well, there goes the bell at the end of the 3 rounds, and that will be a win, a shutout win, that'll be, for Edmond KHUDOIAN.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest via unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing Russia, Edmond KHUDOIAN.
So there you go, confirmation of the scores. 5-0, clean sweep. He goes through to the next round, to the quarterfinals, and with 1 win, finds himself a good few $1,000 better off. $10,000 you're guaranteed for making it to the quarterfinals. 75 for a bronze medal for making it to the semi-finals. If you get to the final, it's 150 if you lose, 300 if you win.
Ladies and gentlemen, our scheduled bout 250 has been declared a walkover contest. Therefore, proceeding into the next round from Australia will be Kobe Hunt.
And Kobe Hunt pockets that check without even needing to box, courtesy of that walkover.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 48 kilogram minimum weight division. And your referee in charge of the action from Colombia is Juan Carlos Fernandez Mora. Introducing first, coming into the red corner, representing Moldova, Mihai POROMBAC.
POROMBAC boxed at the European Under-23s a couple of years ago, got to the quarter-finals.
And his opponent will come into the blue corner representing Nepal, Lal Prasad UPRETI.
Nepalese in the house.
Your judges for this contest come to you from Kyrgyzstan, Morocco, the UAE, Azerbaijan and Italy.
He boxed well in his first fight at UPRETI, won by unanimous decision against Abel Alemu of Ethiopia. He moves a lot, dips low, but he's got good feet. Boxed at the Asian under-22s this year, the year before as well. Got to the quarterfinals both times. Was boxed in the seniors as well, the Continentals. 22 years old. He looks very young, POROMBAC.
Round one.
POROMBAC in the red, UPRETI in the blue. Left hand landed, staggered POROMBAC a bit. Good right hand there from UPRETI, and again that lead hook has clipped him a couple of times there. You could see the head shudder of POROMBAC. Good start this for the Nepalese fighter. Left hand slightly over the top that time. Left hand into the body, then the right hand again, and he's having some joy here, UPRETI. POROMBAC a bit too easy to hit currently. He doesn't need to get carried away here, UPRETI. Right hand lands there from POROMBAC, nothing too threatening, but it'll feel good all the same. POROMBAC just shaping for the right hand, UPRETI finding an exit through to the left hand side. He's getting into this, the Moldovan fighter. UPRETI did a lot of good work in the first 30, 40 seconds of the fight, and it's enough to put him quite comfortably ahead, I think, in terms of who's going to win the round. But POROMBAC has just settled a bit. Closing stages. There's that right hand, lead right hand. Just catches POROMBAC. He didn't have the glove up. He's showing that big bomb of a left hand there, Upreti. The one that did best for him was that short right hook. And 10-9s across the board there for Upreti, which was the only possible way you could score that round.
Seconds out. Round 2.
POROMBAC trying to get onto the front foot, but he again got caught by that right hand, and again there. It's not deterring him too much, but he can't just keep getting hit with it because it's a really obvious scoring punch. Left hand into the body. And goes for that right hand, but a different kind of right hand. Big extravagant right hand. Where he's had the joy with it is where he threw it like he did then. He doesn't look to throw it too hard, he doesn't look to make it travel too far. Because that jab hand of POROMBAC is low. It goes out low when he throws it, and then it comes back low, and his natural hand position, as you see there in his guard, again is low, and that's why that right keeps landing. And POROMBAC, to be honest, may as well just keep throwing it. Good short, straight left hand there from Upreti. Got caught on the turn by right from POROMBAC, who's putting a lot into this. He's trying to track him down, walk him down, but he's just too open. And so when he gets close, it's difficult for him really to apply that concerted pressure, because just as he's about to try and get on top of him and punch, he'll get hit himself, which will knock him off balance and mean that he has to start all over again. Final few seconds of round 2. POROMBAC has spent a lot of time on the front foot in this round, but the clean scoring punches again have come from the fighter in blue. He's just too ragged, the Moldovan, too open, bit too wild. There's that right hand again. So 4 out of 5 cards going the way of Upreti, so he's got a 2-point lead with 4 judges going into the final round.
Seconds out.
Which is what they came to see.
Third and final round.
So Upreti in the blue in front. POROMBAC and Moldova need something big in this final round. He'll definitely go after it. His willingness to attack isn't his problem. It's how easy he is to hit. That's the issue. Decent combination there from POROMBAC, left into the stomach, right up top. POROMBAC trying to collect him with a big, wide right hand. He struggled to cut off the ring. That's something that's been the problem for him. He's followed POROMBAC around, really. Left hand there from POROMBAC. It's the final 30 seconds and he's still coming forward, POROMBAC. Effort has not been a problem here, application has not been a problem at all. POROMBAC on his way to the quarter-finals. Raises his arms aloft, and every reason that he should, because that's 2 good wins for him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest via unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Nepal, Prasad Lal UPRETI.
So POROMBAC gets it 5-0. Picked his punches pretty well from the start. So we've got one more to go at minimum weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest in Ring A is in the 48 kilogram minimum weight division. Your referee in charge of the contest from Azerbaijan is Faud Aslanov. Introducing first, coming into the red corner, representing IBN India, Devendra Singh Solanki. And his opponent coming into the blue corner represents Kazakhstan, Temirtas Zhussupov.
Solanki, 20 years old, from Rajasthan, picked up a couple of national titles this year. We've seen him once before. He won 5-0 against Ali Salim Ngwando of Tanzania.
Your judges for this contest are from Egypt, Afghanistan, Armenia, Romania and Palestine.
Zhussupov has been at this a long time. Got a gold medal at the World Championships in 2021, a bronze at the Asians in 2019. Boxed an absolute ton of WSB back in the day. A lot of people watching this will know what WSB is. It's been out of action for about 5 years. They've been talking about bringing it back, and God, I wish they would. Such a good tournament. Teams from all over the world. 5 fights over 5 rounds. I saw some astonishing fights and matches in that. One was the finals between Cuba and Kazakhstan, the Cuba Domodores and the Astana Arlans in 2015 in Astana over 2 nights. Tremendous stuff, raucous atmosphere, and Zhussupov was in that. He beat Johannes Argalagos.
Round 1.
And what they used to do, actually, Kazakhstan, was they would have a separate team for IBA, as it was called then, open competition, which is the 3-round format. And then another team for WSB over the 5 rounds. You can only do that if you've got real strength and depth. You can certainly only do that and then go on and win the competition if you've got real strength and depth. But they did, and that's how they used to do it. So Zhussupov in the blue, Solanki in the red. Looking to spring in from the outside there, Solanki. That's quite a regular tactic for him, trying to close that space down fast. Zhussupov just taking a right to the body there, throwing the right to the body, and then catching Solanki with the right as he comes forward. And there's that long one too. Solanki again just rushes him. I don't know if anything really got through there. A little sneaky right hand might have done. This is the final 30 seconds. I think a couple of shots there from that body tack might have got through from Solanki. Left hand there from Zhussupov was mainly caught on the guard. Zhussupov of the two found the gaps a little bit better. Solanki's not that easy to score because fighters like him who rush in and throw a load of punches, it's hard to tell what lands. Zhussupov, his work's easy to see. And he gets it with 4 out of the 5 judges.
Seconds out. Round 2.
Second round, Zhussupov has started quick here. Solanki again just looks to punch off those ropes. Zhussupov just moving his hands, got that left hand through. Two there from Zhussupov, found good range with it. Left hand there from Zhussupov, just hit the target. He's turning around that front foot nicely. I think he's figured out that when Solanki just comes flying at you, the best thing to do is get out of the way rather than just end up tangling with him and trying to time him, pulling back in a straight line. It's quite hard to do. You're better off just stepping off the line, which he tried to do there. I think he might have got clipped by right hand there, Zhussupov. And there he comes again, Solanki. He's very clumsy as he comes forward. Technically, he's pretty terrible, to be honest. But it's quite an effective style, or at least it can be. It depends what kind of level you're at. Nice left into the body there from Zhussupov. And a point goes there for Solanki, which is not ideal. He's losing this round. He's lost the first round, and a point's going to go. And he looks a little bit dejected as he heads for the corner there, because that makes his task now basically impossible.
Seconds out. Third and final round.
So split scoring again in that round. 4 cards in favour of Zhussupov by a couple of points. The other card giving both rounds to Solanki, which is a head scratcher from where I'm sitting. Zhussupov in control of this. There's the point deduction as well, of course, to factor in. So it's got a 3-point lead on 4 cards essentially. Looking for that right hand and coming over the top of the front foot there, Solanki. Steps in and did reach for that left hand to the body. Throws a 1-2, Zhussupov, and then just kind of walked into Solanki, really, pushed him back into the ropes. Solanki's still throwing, plenty of effort from him. Wild lead left hook there from Solanki, and Zhussupov, I think, maybe just hurt him to the body a little bit there, possibly. Good 1-2. And again, just looking for that left to the body. He's looking to tuck up here, Solanki. Still very, very game. But it's tiring fighting the way that he fights. He puts everything into a lot of punches, into a lot of the attacks, and he does miss a lot, and missing takes it out of you. But I think he might be running out of gas slightly here, Solanki. Zhussupov just able just to keep working. He's got a good engine himself. And we go into the lightweights after this. Finishes with that left hand to the body quite often, Zhussupov, and again I think he feels like he might just have him on the rack a bit here. Very final stages. He's going to get to the end here, Solanki. He's never really shown any sign of not being able to do that. Again, a big lead left hook and misses with it wildly. The bell goes at the end of the round, and big breath there taken by Zhussupov. Good performance. He's won all 3 rounds there. There's a point deduction, and he will make his way through to the next stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this decision goes in favor of your winner via split decision. In the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Temirtas Zhussupov.
So he gets it 4-0 there. Zhussupov does the point deduction. That 28-28, I can't explain that one for you. The other ones are very much in line with exactly what happened. He's been at this a long time, like I said, Zhussupov. He's always been good value, and there's still plenty of life left in him. 37 years old. He's obviously kept himself in tremendous condition. Now into the lightweights we go. And a look at Abdumalik Khalokov.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 60-kilogram lightweight division.
Khalokov has literally won everything.
Your referee in charge of the action from the UAE is Sultan Al-Wali. Introducing first, coming to the ring in the red corner, representing Uzbekistan, Abdumalik Khalokov.
Of Uzbekistan, as Aki said, gold medalist at the recent World Boxing World Championships, Olympic Games champion, IBA reigning world champion, Asian Games champion.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Spain, Enrique Mamedova KAKULOV.
I like the look of KAKULOV in his first fight. He also competed at the World Boxing World Championships, national champion this year, the year before as well, World Youths in 2022, beat Choe Gamadze of Eswatini 5-0 in his first fight.
Your judges for the contest are from Latvia, Sri Lanka, Tunisia, Italy and Kazakhstan.
And that's KAKULOV, 21 years old, kind of a stalking fighter, gets on that front foot, looks to walk you down. Good kind of purpose to him, strong puncher. Khalokov was scheduled to fight Kevin Andres Mosquera Quintero of Ecuador, who we'd still already seen in this ring, and then he was unable to box, so he got a walkover. But that recent resume for Khalokov is absolutely sensational. You go back to 2022 and every year he's won a major title. In some years more than one. This could be another one of those years. Back in September he reigned supreme in Liverpool. Could it be the same in Dubai? So Khalokov in the red,
Round one.
KAKULOV in the blue. Looking to get on the jab early here, Khalokov. Just short with the 1-2 there, Khalokov. KAKULOV throwing that left hand a couple of times there. The first one, I think, just skimmed the forehead of Khalokov. Neither one of these two is quite locked on yet. Minute gone in the first round. Just slightly short. Maybe the pair of them just inching in a bit. See if they can get those feet a little bit closer. You have to fine-tune this. You want to get that radar absolutely perfect. Got caught almost, not kind of mid-switch. He was in southpaw and then just looked to slowly turn back into orthodox. Felt he was out of range there, I think, Khalokov. Left hand there as KAKULOV came forward, but I think landed mostly on the arm. Short jab there from Khalokov. I think got through the guard. Into the final minute. There's been quite a lot of fencing in this opening round. A lot's been thrown. Not much has landed clean. They've just been short a lot of the time. Does turn southpaw now, Khalokov. But it's been Khalokov who's been dictating. Left into the body. Good shot. Long sweeping left hand. And there goes the bell at the end of round one. And
Seconds out.
Khalokov gets it, 10-9, all 5 judges.
Round 2.
Right hand there from Khalokov. Looking for that long sweeping left hand into the body again that he landed at the end of the first round. Doesn't quite manage to do it. And KAKULOV is looking to be a bit more aggressive in this second round. I think he knows that you've got to take some risks against somebody like this. It may leave you open, but you've got to do it. Because if you just let them dictate, let them get into a groove, if you cooperate, then before you know what's happened, it's the end of the fight, then you've lost 3-0. Into the final minute of round 2, looking for that left to the body there, Khalokov. And he's done better in this round, KAKULOV. I think he has been a bit more aggressive, he's been a little bit more proactive. For someone like Khalokov, it's just very difficult to land on. Got through with the left hand there, I think, and then caught one himself. And another set of 10-9s there for the Uzbek. The reigning world champion, whichever way you look at it.
Seconds out.
Because he won back in Tashkent in 2023 and he won in Liverpool back in September. And he won in Paris at the Olympics.
Third and final round.
And he won at the Asian Championships in 2022 and the Asian Games as well. He's very difficult to beat. And when you watch him, you get a sense of why. There's that long 1-2. A little bit of showmanship there, just electing to hop on that front foot. Dips those knees, sends the right hand into the rib cage. And there's not all that much that KAKULOV could do about this, to be honest. He's sticking at it. He's trying to keep his shape. He's trying to do the right things. But it's hard to find any answers. Referee just telling him to keep that left hand up. I didn't get a great look at it, so I couldn't see if it was on the low side. Past the midway stage of round 3. And just digs his toes in a little bit more there. Khalokov throws that combination, tucking up on the ropes, just giving that right glove up, chin behind the shoulder. Whipping in that left to the body. And so the end of the contest drawing near, and Khalokov has managed to win this without having to click through the gears. I don't mean any disrespect to Enrique KAKULOV, but there's levels in this sport, in any sport, and in Khalokov, and there's no shame in this. He's run into somebody who was on a different level. He stuck to his task, he really did. As I said, he tried to keep his shape, he tried to do all of the right things, but Khalokov was just too good all round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision goes in favor of your winner via unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing Uzbekistan, Abdumalik Khalokov.
And there's a nice clean 5-0, 3 rounds to 0, 30 points to 27 with all 5 judges. And Khalokov advances to the quarter-finals. And that was elegantly done. So next up, Mahammadali, Ashiraliyev of Azerbaijan and Artyush Gomtsyan of Georgia.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Your referee for the contest from Tajikistan is Akmaljon Abdullayev. Introducing first into the red corner, representing Georgia, Artyush Gomtsyan.
Gomtsyan of Georgia, European gold medalist in 2020, 2.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Azerbaijan, Mahammadali Ashiraliyev.
I enjoyed watching both of these two in their first fights. Gomtsyan is short, as you can see there. He's stocky, he's strong, he's a kind of swaggerer, looks to get in up close and let his hands go. Ashiraliyev is a slick southpaw, more of a mover, so hopefully it's a good combination of styles. Gomtsyan's quite a lot more experienced at this kind of level.
Your judges for this contest come to you from Romania, Morocco, Egypt, Italy and Palestine.
Gomtsyan in his first fight took on Henry Rosario, representing IBA Pro, won that by unanimous decision. Decent fight. Boxed at the World Championships in Liverpool. This is his 3rd IBA World Champs. Ashiraliyev beat Wisdom Barnor of Sierra Leone and then had a walkover against Rashid Umrema of Tanzania. So Gomtsyan in the red, Ashiraliyev in the blue.
Round 1.
And that lead hand will be important. Against Gomtsyan, you need a jab. Look at him there, quite square, that peekaboo style. He's looking to keep that head on the move, get low, get underneath, get close. That's what he's got to do. Ashiraliyev needs that reach. He needs to use it. Do not neglect that jab. Right hand there from Ashiraliyev, just clipped the top of the head of Gomtsyan, who was just tracking him down to the ropes there. And that's where he needs it, Gomtsyan. If he gets to that kind of range, that's when he'll really look to try and get to work. Ashiraliyev tempted to just hang on the back foot a bit there and look for the uppercut as Gomtsyan comes in. I can understand why. It is on because he does lean in a bit. But if you don't land it, then he's on you. Good flurry to the body there from Ashiraliyev. I do like the look of this. I think this is gelling pretty well. Ashiraliyev, as we can see, he's got the height, he's got the reach that comes with it. He can do what he did there, which is pop off that 1-2, keep it on the outside, but that's not all that he wants to do. Lead left hand and then stepped off to the right. That's the kind of thing he needs to be doing to win this fight. But every now and again he'll fancy it up close. Left hand there from Gomtsyan caught him. Checked right hook, caught Gomtsyan. And the left into the body. He's mixing up well here, Ashiraliyev. Gomtsyan has got to stick to the task here, try and cut off the ring. And when he gets in there, that's where he's got to work, but he got maybe a little bit too close. Ashiraliyev got a hold of him. Raises his arms there, Ashiraliyev. He did have a good round there, though, by my reckoning. As I say, bit of variety. Landed some decent punches. Gomtsyan won't be too discouraged by that. There were moments there for him. Not enough of them for him to get anything from the round. And this second round now, critical. He's got to keep that pressure on. That was a good body shot. And 10-9 across the board.
Seconds out. Round 2.
Right hand there from Ashiraliyev. I think just cut him around the side of the head, send him into the ropes there, Gomtsyan. He's got to keep bringing the heat here, Gomtsyan. He can't get too frustrated. He's got to cover off that movement, and when he gets close, he's got to make it count. He's got to slow those feet down of Ashiraliyev right into the body, and that's more like it for Gomtsyan. Okay, Ashiraliyev is landing some decent shots there, but that's the kind of trade-off that he needs. He needs his man to hold his feet a bit more, because that brings him into the fight. And he turns off the ropes nicely there, Ashiraliyev. Looking for the uppercut, didn't quite land it, and then just shoulders his man off. That's good as well from Ashiraliyev. And he seems in control of this. He's moving where he wants to move. He's punching when he wants to punch. Gomtsyan's not really able to bring that pressure to bear at the minute. But Ashiraliyev can't get complacent here. He's got to stick to what's been working for him so far. You see so many fights where somebody is winning by a certain method, and then for some inexplicable reason they just stop doing it and start doing something else. I think there was a right hand on the inside there from Gomtsyan. He drops down to a knee there, Gomtsyan, and the referee takes up the count. Ashiraliyev celebrating. Gomtsyan just looks a little bit rueful, I think, and try as he might, he just cannot get to Ashiraliyev. He's boxed well here. He's winning this round. And once you get into that third round, once the bell goes to the start of the third round and you're a couple of rounds up, the finishing tape is in sight, really. But he doesn't want to be holding his feet there. There's just no reason to do it. He doesn't need to be greedy here. He doesn't need to show everybody that he can have it any which way. He's winning the fight. And again, a salute to the crowd. And there's a 10-8 there from the Egyptian judge, and clear water for Ashiraliyev.
Seconds out.
So he's 3 minutes away here from a place in the quarterfinals and $10,000 US.
Third and final round.
And Ashiraliyev of Azerbaijan in the blue, Artyush Gomtsyan of Georgia in the red. Nothing has really happened in the fight to encourage Gomtsyan, to be honest. Now just having a little moan about the heads coming together, and that's always a sign that things aren't going your way. Ashiraliyev with a right hand into the body, and he fancies having it on the inside here with Gomtsyan, and he catches the right hand, and he doesn't need to do this. And the referee just having a word with him about the head. He's boxed well here. Doesn't need to be macho here, just keep doing what you've been doing, win the fight, get to the end of the fight without any kind of damage. You've got a frustrated man in front of you. Don't give him the opportunity to take that frustration out on you in any way. Short with the uppercut there, Ashiraliyev. Into the final minute. Final few seconds. Nice right hook there from Ashiraliyev. And Ashiraliyev is going to take this and take his place in the quarterfinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this decision goes in favor of your winner by a unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Azerbaijan, Mahammadali Ashiraliyev.
And he made easy work of that, Ashiraliyev. He was on point right from the start, and Gomtsyan, try as he might, just couldn't get close. Well, he's not happy with the referee there, Gomtsyan. He I think did something he probably shouldn't have on the way out of the ring. He's frustrated at the defeat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest in Ring A is in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Your referee in charge of this contest from Palestine is Mohammed Abu Ramleh. Introducing first into the red corner, representing Latvia, Matvios Prokudins.
He's had a couple of fights, Matvej Prokudins. We saw him against Georgios Playas, won that by unanimous decision, then beat Oceanian champion Luke Kassar by RSC in the second due to a body shot.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Kenya, Washington Wabwire.
And Wabwire with a 5-0 win himself in his opening fight, and that was against Fahad Mulindwa of Uganda.
Your judges for the contest come from Kyrgyzstan, Egypt, the UAE, Italy and Azerbaijan.
And there's Wabwire.
Round one.
So a touch of gloves. Wabwire in the blue, Prokudins in the red. Just tapping those lead hands, looking for a way in. Led off with a hook there, Prokudins. He was never going to reach with it from where he was. Right to the body there from Wabwire. Almost timed Wabwire on the way in with the left hand there, Prokudins. This is a decent attack from Prokudins. Left to the body got through, counter left hand got through again there as well. He's finding some openings here, the Latvian. He is quite open, Wabwire. He needs to try and get on that jab more. You look at the size of him, the length of him, the reach on him, and that's the obvious thing for him to do, is pump out that lead, left hand, follow it with the right. He just needs to set himself a bit more when he punches. He does have quite a wide stance, but he's quite flighty. Right hand into the body was decent from him there. Left hand there from Prokudins was a good shot on the turn. Caught his man, and it's a standing count. He's had a strong start here, the Latvian. As I said, he started to pick the gaps quite early on, and he's quite open, Wabwire. 20 seconds remaining in round one. There's that straight left. He's well organised, Prokudins. You can see that from his first fight against Playas, and the performance against Kassar of Australia, where he stopped him in the second round with body shots, was an impressive one, from what I've been told. Left into the body again there. Well, that's a standing count. He didn't actually land as clean as I thought he had there. That left hand was blocked mainly by the glove, and then the right hand kind of ricocheted up into the head from the shoulder. 4 10-8s there in favour of PROKUDINS. He landed some good shots, and he dominated the round. And I've been reminding people about the scoring during the course of the week, and I'll keep doing it because people are tuning in on different days at different times. And
round 2.
10-9 is for a close round win. 10-8 is for a clear round win. 10-7 is for a very clear round win. Now, a 10-8 in professional boxing without a knockdown basically never happens, and you could provide a strong argument as to why it should, because you currently have a situation where you could beat the life out of somebody for 3 minutes, but if you don't knock them down, it'll be 10-9. You can nick the round, and that'll be 10-9 as well, and that's an imperfect system, whereas this gives judges more leeway to differentiate. But my point is, you don't have to give somebody an absolute hammering to score a 10-8. It needs to be a clear round win. Just looking for the uppercut off the back foot there, Wabwire. Just managed to pull back out the way of that left hand there. Good left hand, and the referee steps in with the standing count. Solid shot, didn't really hurt him, I don't think. Knocked him back onto his heels. I mentioned this earlier on, the standing count is an interesting one for me because the referee's given 2 here, solid punches, and he's given standing counts. And I just wonder whether there's a discussion to be had around whether you should do that, or whether a standing count should be for when you can see that the fighter is a little bit hurt, or put into a situation where, should the other fighter be allowed to follow up, they might get flattened. That, for me, really is what the standing count is for. But I am not in charge. Into the final minute of round 2. There's that left hand again from PROKUDINS. Goes down to the body. He's boxed nicely here. And he's won this second round to go along with the first. And he's got 1 foot in the quarterfinals. And there was that left hand. That snapped the head back. That was quite violent in appearance, so I can understand that one. The standing count, that is. And 10-8s.
Seconds out.
10-8s all the way. And that's a clear round win. So third and final round.
Final round.
Matvej PROKUDINS of Latvia cruising at the minute towards the quarterfinals. He won't be able to take his eye off the ball, though. Anything can happen in this sport. But if he stays concentrated here, then it's extremely unlikely to go wrong for him. Good left hand again there, and a right hand. So to come after this, we've got one more at lightweight, then 4 fights at middleweight, and we round things off tonight with the super heavies. Looking for the long right hand there. Wabwire. He's kept going here because not very much has happened to encourage him, to be honest. Again, there's quite a big skill differential between these two. Into the final minute of round 3. And PROKUDINS doing the right thing here. I've said this numerous times today because we've had a few fights like this where you've got one fighter who's well ahead. And what you don't want to do is get a bit carried away in the final round and decide you need to show everybody why you are in fact the man and try and flatten your opponent. You just need to win the round again. You just need to get through the round, get back in the dressing room. He does have a slight nick just below the corner of his right eye. It's really just is that, and maybe a bit of marking on the bridge of his nose, so he doesn't want any of that to get any worse. He will have a bit of a break. Quarterfinals are coming your way on Wednesday. Touch of gloves between the two. Good performance from Matvej PROKUDINS. And you see that. Just a little bit of marking on the bridge of the nose and that tiny little mark by the corner of the eye there. It's nothing to get too excited about. And that's a good performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision is scored in favor of your winner via unanimous decision in the red corner. Representing Latvia, Matvejs PROKUDINS.
A lot of 10-8s in that fight. A lot of 10-8s. 2 from Kyrgyzstan, Egypt, UAE, Italy. Just the one from Azerbaijan, but that's good scoring because, as I said, it's for a clear round win. Not a one-sided beatdown, and they were clear round wins. Just taking a moment. Wabwire, he'll be very disappointed. He came here to win tonight, as fighters always do. But the better man prevailed. So we've got another one coming our way at 60 kilos. Abonita Ankrah of Ghana will take on Artyush of Armenia.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest in Ring A is in the 60 kilogram lightweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Afghanistan is Tamim Sultani. Introducing to you first in the red corner, representing Ghana, Ebenezer Ankrah.
Ankrah beat Felix Mendez Jr. of Guinea-Bissau by stoppage in the second in his first fight.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner, representing Armenia, Artur Bazeyan.
Got to the 2024 World Youth Championships, Ankrah.
Your judges for this contest come from Morocco, Kazakhstan, Romania, Tajikistan and Colombia.
Bazeyan boxed in the last World Championships in 2023, the last IBA World Championships. Got a bronze at the Euros in 2022. I remember seeing him the same year at the under-22s where he won a gold medal, met Ireland's Adam Hessian in the final. His first fight of the tournament saw him win 5-0 against Abdul Karim Bathili of Mali.
Round one.
So Ankrah of Ghana in the red, Bazeyan Armenia in the blue. Quite a big difference between these two in terms of experience at this sort of level. Looking to whip that right hand early on. Ankrah putting some heat on that 1-2. That's good. Send them out quick, bring them back quick. Throws that right hand from too far out. He's got a long, lean kind of build, doesn't he? Bazeyan is going to have to try and work his way close. Just short of that right hand again. Bazeyan does a good job of just taking the feet out there when he sees that attack coming. Good jab there from Ankrah, well timed. And real extension on it too. To let go of the lead left hook there, Bazeyan didn't reach, and then Ankrah immediately tried to tee off. He's got good hand speed, Ankrah. Doubling up on the jab there, the fighter in red. Timeout. And they need to tuck the vest in, do they? I think that's what's happening there. Look for the uppercut there, it wasn't far away. Lead left hook was good from Ankrah, but then he got caught with the left hand himself, and again he's just letting his hands go here. Final minute of round one. Good jab from Ankrah. Bazayan is trying to work his way onto the inside. It's not the easiest thing to do because he will be wary of that hand speed. He just leans into the long right hand, didn't reach with it. Bazayan almost caught him. I think something he'd be well advised to do here, Ankrah, is rather than try and throw these absolutely blinding combinations, 3, 4, 5 punches, just throw a really sharp 1-2 step off. That will take some getting inside, I'm telling you. Looking for that big expansive uppercut, but he's got quick hands, really quick hands. But I just think if he just pops off that solid, really sharp 1-2, that's what you work off, that's what you build off. Right hand there got through from Bazayan. He let his hands go a lot, Ankrah. You could argue not that much necessarily landed. I didn't see a lot land from Bazayan, to be honest, though, either. Let's have a look. Well, 3 10-9s in favour of Bazayan, 2 in favour of Ankrah. It was close. It was close. To be honest, I'd have gone the other way with that. I think I'd have gone red corner. Quickly off his stool, Ankrah.
Seconds out.
He barely sat down.
Round 2.
And I think they told Bazayan that he needs to try and bring a bit more heat here, put him under a bit more pressure and get closer, and he does exactly that, moves in behind the jab, throws the right hand. That was better from him, he closed the gap a bit quicker. There's a choppy down left hand there from Ankrah, and then he looks to try and whip in that uppercut up close here. He's happy to get involved, but really that kind of negates the natural advantages that he's got. And he's just standing still there, really, waiting for Bazayan to come in. I think maybe thinking he can whip him onto the uppercut, which is exactly what he did there. And he's looking for it again. And it's not that there is a potential there, but it's just that this is much more Bazayan's kind of fight. I know he's not a jab, 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 keep it long kind of a guy. He doesn't really want to do that, but sometimes you just need to adapt to what is best. And if he could just get that jab, lovely sharp jab, right hand, that slingy 1-2 going, then Bazayan would find it difficult. And they're both landing at close quarters there. And Bazayan will be happy with the way this is going in the second round, I think, because they're having a bit of a swing up on the inside at times, and that's what he'll want, because he's nice and compact and organised and used to fighting at that kind of range. Ankrah likes it, but it's all a bit frenetic. Again, he's looking for the uppercut there, Ankrah, and was short with it. He's just in too much of a rush sometimes. The hand speed is great, but he's in too much of a rush. Into the final few seconds of round 2. But it's been good to watch this, I've enjoyed it. Right hand there from Bazayan gets through. There goes the belt, and that round will be much more the kind of round that Bazayan in this corner would have wanted, I'm sure. Well, let's see what we've got in this second round. So it's split 4-1 in favour of Gomtsyan again, but split in a different way. So we have got three scores of 20-18 for Gomtsyan, 1-20-18 for Ankrah, and 1-19-19. So he's in the driving seat here, Gomtsyan. That 3-2 split in the first round means that he's got that majority stake. So he needs his final round here, Ankrah, and he needs it big. Good right hand there from Gomtsyan. Leading off with the hook. There, Ankrah. He's got that impetuosity of youth, hasn't he? He wants to throw every shot in the book. There's possibilities with him, though. I think there's some raw materials there. They do just need to get him to slow down a bit, if anything. Plant his feet a bit more. Not throw quite so many punches. Still throw them just as sharp, but not quite so many. And that would help with the balance. Gomtsyan just comes barreling in with a lead left hand. Just to let you know, I think there was a slight miscalculation with the scoring, because it's changed on the screen in front of me, and it's now 4 cards in favour of Gomtsyan and 1 draw. Previously it was 3 to Gomtsyan, 1 to Ankrah and 1 draw. So now 4 in favour of Gomtsyan. It doesn't make that much difference because he was in the driving seat anyway. Into the final minute. Good jab there from Ankrah. Final few seconds. And rounds 2 and 3 have gone well for Gomtsyan. Round 1 was tight. Might have veered towards the red corner in round 1, but Gomtsyan, I think, is 1, 2 and 3. I don't think there's any particular doubt about that. And he's going to go through. But as I said, with Ankrah, he's very young. He was in the World Youth last year, so he's still a teenager. And there's some speed. There's a lot of desire there. And there's something to work with. Gomtsyan, very experienced. And he's going to make his way through to a quarter-final.
Gentlemen, the decision goes in favour of your winner by a unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Armenia, Artyush Bazayan.
So he gets it, unanimous decision, 2-29-28, and 3 scores of 30 points to 27. So 2 scores of 2 rounds to 1, and 3 scores of 3 rounds to 0. And now we head off into the middleweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Kazakhstan is Ruslan Biboyev. Introducing first, coming into the red corner representing Azerbaijan, Saeed Jamshid Jafarov. And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Bahrain, Amir Ali Abdullah Ahmed.
And this is going to be an interesting fight, you know, because Ahmed Abdallah of Bahrain put in a good performance in his win against Amir Abbas. Okay, Amir Abbas is not side Jamshid Jafarov, but Jafarov was given a hell of a roll around by Michael Lakalu in his first fight. 4-3, he won it with the 2 extra cards in the end. He was put down twice, came out of it with a couple of small cuts.
From Sri Lanka, Egypt, Latvia, Italy and Tajikistan.
Saw Lakalu in the break between sessions, and he was immediately asking, what did we think of the decision? And it was a close fight. It was a really close fight. And he also said to us he'd watched Jafarov and he just knew that people don't normally go for him. They pay him respect. He's able to control the fight. He's a very good fighter, and he was determined that he was not going to give him that courtesy, and he definitely didn't. But Jafarov came through it. The kind of fight that he doesn't normally have. He's now boxing for Azerbaijan.
Round 1.
Formerly boxed for Uzbekistan, and he's won plenty. Silver medal at the World Championship, 2 Asian Championships, bronze at the World Boxing World Champs in recent times. He's in the red. Abdallah's in the blue. What was good about Abdallah in his fight was that he used good, sharp, basic tools. Jab, right hand. And there's a long right hand. And Jafarov with a long left hand. And they're just swapping rear hands at the minute. And this is much more the kind of contest that Jafarov is used to. People kind of hovering on the borderline of range. A little bit of psychology going on. Who's going to blink first? Whereas Lakalu was just all over him like a rash. Left hand there from Jafarov. Just moved his opponent. Saw a lot of the jab from Abdallah in his opening fight against Abbas. We've not really seen him throw a jab at all yet. Slightly odd. And it's just that lead right hand. He's thrown that lead right hand almost every time. A single right hand or a right hand lead. They're slightly different. With the right hand lead, the back foot can tend to come round a bit and you finish in the southpaw stance almost. So in a sense, you're stepping into a southpaw jab. It can look like that a bit anyway. The single right hand, you keep that back foot more anchored and just shoot it down the middle. That's a single right hand. But where's the jab? That's what I'm wondering. That right hand's got a long way to travel against the southpaw as well. There's that big bomb from the outside from Jafarov, who's got a tremendous reach on him. Final few stages of round one. Jab there from Abdallah, and he got there, it landed. Right hand from the outside. Left hand into the body there. Nice sharp punch. It's difficult for him to make that right hand reach, Abdallah. 10-9s across the board there for Jafarov.
Seconds out. Round two.
Long left to the body to kick things off there for Jafarov, and then throws another one. He's thrown with purpose there, but he's just not reaching, Abdallah. That's the problem he's got. He's got to get those feet closer. I think that right to the body landed, but again, the right hand up top just didn't get there. Little dab to the body with the lead hand there from Jafarov, and that does make the target. That's better from Abdallah. He's got to gamble a little bit more here and just slide those feet in. He's got to get closer, because otherwise this looks okay, because he's throwing and he's putting plenty into the punches, and maybe he'll hit gloves every now and again, and then it's going to be a count. The left hand landed, and then his balance just completely went. He's not hurt there at all, Abdallah, but he ended up on the deck and the punch started it. Left hand for Jafarov. These are not crunching shots from Jafarov, but they're getting to the target. Left hand to the body there from the Azeri. Still feels strange saying that about Jafarov, who is so much boxing for Uzbekistan, of course. Left hand there from Abdallah landed. But Jafarov again is winning this round. Straight left. That straight right hand. I think that second one found something. And that one was short. And again, as we head into the final 20 seconds or so of round two, there goes the bell at the end of the second round. Jafarov staying on his feet in between rounds. Advice coming in from the corner, and I don't want to be too harsh here on Abdallah, but I don't really understand this, because he's throwing those right hands and he's putting plenty into them, and he's standing his ground, and it looks competitive and it looks fine, but they're not getting there. and they're not really even threatening to get there. He's throwing plenty of them, and they're just not reaching. And it's 10-9s across the board, a 10-8 in there from Jafarov.
Seconds out.
And he could do that for another round and lose another round. Or he can try and get his feet a bit closer, maybe use that lead hand, that jab hand. We saw plenty of it in his first fight.
Third and final round.
And he's barely thrown it at all in this fight. It's just really surprised me. What was good about him in his first fight, against someone very different to Saidjamshid Jafarov, was the 1-2, really good 1-2. But he's barely used that jab. And he's throwing a punch from the outside like that one there, although he did try and pull that one back because he knew it was going to be well short. He's throwing a punch from the outside, that right hand out of the orthodox stance at the southpaw, and it's just not reaching. Again, you see that looks okay because it makes a noise, it lands on something, but it's just hitting gloves. Left into the body there from Jafarov. But as I say, I don't want to sound like I'm hammering him, because Jafarov's a really good fighter. But after what I saw of him in his first fight, I just find the approach a bit puzzling. Jafarov's very good at just taking those feet out, pulling the weight onto the back foot. I'm aware of that. Left into the body again there from Jafarov. Into the final minute, and as described, he survived an almighty scare against Michael Lakalu, and Jafarov will be very relieved that it's back to normal service really in this fight. Somebody who is much more complying with the almost accepted rules of elite international amateur boxing. Just stepping on the lead foot there of Jafarov. Was Abdallah. Final 10 seconds. And Jafarov is going to go through to the quarterfinals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision goes in favor of your winner via unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing Azerbaijan, Saidjamshid Jafarov.
Unanimous decision, 3 rounds to 0 for Jafarov, a 10-8 in there from Sri Lanka. And he's so disappointed there, Abdallah. Just hands on his knees in the centre of the ring, just sobbing. It means so much to these fighters, to these athletes, to get to this stage. It's a sport that demands so much of you mentally and physically. And he should be proud of himself too, because he put on a really good display in his first fight. And that's why I kind of said what I said about what I saw from him in this one, because I think he could have done better. So now we've got Vaktan Harutyunyan and Fazlidin Erkinboev, Armenia against Uzbekistan. I have high hopes for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Kyrgyzstan is Begzad Abdurashidov. Introducing first, in the red corner representing Armenia, Vaktan Harutyunyan.
Harutyunyan won by walkover in his first scheduled fight, and then by knockout against Ankit Kumar after that.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Uzbekistan, Fazlidin Erkinboev.
Boxing the Euros in 2024, Harutyunyan. My notes from the first fight, I saw him just say Big Bachkov, and that is a reference to Hovhannes Bachkov, his teammate, and that is absolutely a compliment.
Your judges for this contest come from Colombia, Tunisia, Sri Lanka, Egypt and Romania.
Erkinboev, just 20 years old, from Uzbekistan, World Boxing World Championship gold medal in September, won the Stranja this year as well, the World Boxing Cup in Brazil and in Poland. He's had a very, very good run. Beat Sergak Abdijapar Ulu of Kyrgyzstan in his first fight. Referee just waiting for the official in charge at ringside to attend to something just around us, actually. Maybe too many people in the corner, I think, for Erkinboev.
Round one.
So here we go. Erkinboev in the blue, Harutyunyan in the red. Just looking to climb into those hooks there, Harutyunyan. That's what he'll look to do when he gets close. Look at the height difference between the two of them here. He's tall, isn't he, Erkinboev? Left to the body there from Erkinboev. Trying to keep that guard nice and tight there, Harutyunyan. Left hand into the body again from Erkinboev. It's hard this for Harut-Yunyan. He's got to try and bring the heat and bring the pressure. But once he gets close, Urkimbov is quick to let his hands go. He's nice and disciplined with it. Again, a left hand into the stomach, goes up top, shrugs him off, and puts a bit of purchase into the lead uppercut. Left hand off the back of it, nice jab. There's variety, good angles, and there's the movement. And a bit of a wild swing and a miss there from Harut-Yunyan. Again, there's that sapping body shot from Urkimbov. He's not had much encouragement in this opening round, Harut-Yunyan. He's just not been able to get close enough to really make anything happen. As soon as he does, he just finds himself getting hit. Good jab that. You can see the head just jerking back of Harut-Yunyan. And he's just skirting around the outside of the ring. But he can't really claim Harut-Yunyan that Urkimbov's not engaging, because when he gets close enough to let his hands go, he definitely does it. And that's a clear round win there for Urkimbov. And given what I was talking about earlier about the criteria of scoring, you could score that 10-8 if you wanted to. You could absolutely score that 10-8, because he has won that round, at times literally at a canter. And when you're the fighter who's looking to get on the front foot, walk your opponent down, get onto the inside and punish them, you've got to make that happen quickly. This is a 3-round fight. And there are two 10-8s in there. And that kind of job against someone like this guy, against Urkimbov, is very, very difficult. Your pressure has got to be so intelligent, so consistent. That's Denis Lebedev.
Round 2.
Former Russian world champion. Well, a former world champion, he's still Russian. And there's that jab again. And he's just trying to let his hands go here, Harut-Yunyan, and that's better. The referee just talking to him about a bit of slapping and stuff like that. He can't really worry about that. He's got to do whatever he feels like he needs to do to try and just get on top of his man. If the referee keeps stopping it and pulling him up, then so be it. Good combination there from Urkimbov as Harut-Yunyan was coming, and he's really tried to up it in this round, the Armenian, and just bring another level of heat, but Urkimbov is able to cope with it. Straight right hand there from Harut-Yunyan. Did get through. Midway through, just past the midway stage of round 2. Nice left hand, and then just turns around the front foot. And there's no sign really here of Urkimbov slowing down, of those feet becoming a bit more leaden, which is exactly what Harutyunyan needs to happen. He's doing better in this second round, Harutyunyan, but just not nearly well enough to win it. Good right hand there from him. And the pressure is just coming to bear a little bit towards the end here. Everything's not quite so comfortable for Urkimboev now. He's just looking to canter around a little bit more than he was before. I think the referee might have been getting in to tell him to fight slightly more, and that's why he responded. Better round for Harutyunyan. But Urkimboev still with those feet in good working order. You can tell towards the end of the round there that it's getting tougher for him.
Seconds out.
And it's a 4-1 split on the scoring in the second round, so Harutyunyan really needs a stoppage.
Third and final round.
Harutyunyan just trying to work away to the body there. He's got to absolutely bring it in this final round. Urkimboev popping the 1-2 down the centre. I think he's a bit frustrated here as well, Harutyunyan. He's having a good spell here, Harutyunyan. Left hand there, though, comes back from Urkimboev, but he just gets that guard up, walks forward. Lovely jab there from Urkimboev. And if he could have turned it into this kind of fight, Harutyunyan, a bit earlier, then that's the way that he could maybe have won this, but that's a massive if. Right hand into the body, and he's still picking good punches here, Urkimboev. You can hear the effort coming in there from Harutyunyan, just working as hard as he can right up until the end here, into the final minute. Looking to chop down with that left hand. Final few seconds of the contest, and Urkimboev just looking a little bit fatigued now as he lets that left hand go. Absolutely beautiful boxing from him in the first round, lovely and fluid. Second round was pretty much the same until about 40 seconds, a minute out maybe, and then the third round he had to tough it out a little bit more, but it's a clear win for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this decision goes in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Uzbekistan, Fazludin Erkinboev.
So Erkinboev goes through to the quarterfinals and picks up that reward of a guaranteed 10,000 US dollars. And Uzbekistan having a good competition. How many times have we said that? Over recent years particularly. So 2 more fights at middleweight, then we head into the super heavyweights for a couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Italy is Luca Varilonga. Introducing first into the red corner representing Kazakhstan, Sabrizhan Akalikov. And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing New Zealand, Tawirimate Toheri-Hallett.
Akalikov scored a big knockout in his last fight against Josh Cousin of the Seychelles, who we saw in this ring in his previous fight, where he got a stoppage. But Akalikov pinged him with a left cross, right hook, and he went down hard.
Your judges for this contest come from Tunisia, Colombia, Romania, Armenia, and Morocco.
2024 Asian Under-22 gold medalist Akalikov. This is Toheri-Hallett of New Zealand, boxing out of Auckland. Has been to the World Championships before, has been to the Commonwealth Games, beat Mervyn Clare of Mauritius 4-1 in the previous round. That's a really good win. He's been around Mervyn Clare, All Africa silver medalist.
Round one.
So Akalikov in the red, Toheri-Hallett in the blue. Bit of a size difference between these two. It's at 75 kilos. Weight below is at 71, so you've got a 4 kilo difference there, which is 9 pounds. And as you go up in weight and the divisions between the weights increase, you do see sometimes 2 fighters together in the ring and one looks a little bit bigger than the other. minute gone, and no one's really thrown anything serious yet. They're both just having a look at each other. Bit of posturing, feinting. Comes in behind. A bit of a pedestrian 1-2 there, Toheri-Hallett, but Khalokov is still adjusting himself. And nothing really clean's been landed. 2 minutes in. Somebody needs to do something in this final minute if they want to take this round. Almost swung himself off his feet there, Khalokov. That was very odd. He threw the left hand, kind of sashayed forward behind it, and then almost found himself moonwalking. Little flick jab there from Khalokov, maybe landed. Same can be said of the jab there, maybe from Toheri-Hallett, but it's Khalokov who's been dictating with the feet. He's been the one kind of controlling where the fight's gone in the ring, but a sweeping left hand there into the final 20 seconds. And on kind of ring generalship, he's going to win this round, I would have thought, Khalokov, but in terms of trying to pick out scoring punches, landing with a knuckle plant of the glove on the scoring area, which is the torso or the front or the side of the head. Very, very little has happened. And it's 10-9s for Khalokov. And he did win a round because you looked at the dynamic of it. He very much looked like the boss. He was dictating terms, but in terms of punching, it was a non-event, really.
Seconds out. Round two.
Into the second round. And are they going to pick things up a bit after a slow start? Jab there from Toheri-Hallett. Front foot just slipped a little bit there for Khalokov. Stepping in with the right hand there, Toheri-Hallett. I think he's trying to just take the play, make the play a bit more than he did in the first round. Looking for the jab there. Jab from Khalokov, and then goes down to the body. This is just warming up a bit. The referee just talking to Khalokov there about holding out that lead hand and using it as a tool to kind of block the vision of his opponent. Referees don't like that. Kind of falls into that category of unsporting behaviour, I think people would categorise it as. In pro boxing, sometimes referees will let you do it, sometimes they won't. It's very much an individual kind of thing. Steps in and throws a left hand there, Khalokov, into the final minute of round 2. Looking for the 1-2. Final few seconds of round 2. And again, Khalokov has controlled this for the most part, and he's going to win the second round again. We see more from Toheri-Hallett, but not quite enough, I wouldn't say. It's not one to set your pulse racing, this. I could just hear the advice there coming in from the New Zealand corner. He's absolutely right, the trainer there. He's absolutely right. He's saying to Toheri-Hallett, you've just got to go for it more. You've got to be more aggressive. You've got to get onto the front foot. You've got to try and take it to him.
Third and final round.
You need to win this final round. Now, we know with the scores that he needs to win this final round massive to get through, but he was just telling them there, you know, you're going to regret this if you don't just give it a go. And he's right. He's so right. Because Khalokov has just been kind of allowed really to cruise through this and put a couple of rounds in his pocket without really doing too much, because Toheri-Hallett has just been a little bit too cautious, a bit too circumspect. He's coming into this off a really good win against Mervyn Clare as well. And I think he will look back on this and feel like he just needed to believe in himself a bit more. He's in with a good fighter, no question though. Khalokov, 2024 Asian Under-22 gold medalist and world youth champion. Trying to put his hands together a little bit more now, Khalokov, as we head towards the final stages. And he's just got Toheri-Hallett trapped against the ropes a little bit. And this has been the best round of the fight, this one we're watching now. It's seen the most action. So 30 seconds remaining. And there goes the bell, and Khalokov will take his place in the quarter-finals. The 23-year-old from Karaganda never really had to get out of first gear there, to be perfectly honest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest via unanimous decision in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Sabirjan Ashiraliyev. Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest in Ring A is in the 75-kilogram middleweight division. Your referee in charge of this contest from Sri Lanka is Mohammad Safrask. Introducing first, coming into the red corner, representing IBN Colombia, Juan Camilo Gonzalez. And his opponent comes into the blue corner, representing Israel, Miroslav Kaplarishenko.
Gonzalez 6-0 as a professional, beat Galapita Hangida Tharinder Roshan of IBA Pro 5-0 in his first fight so far.
Your judges for the contest come from Egypt, Kyrgyzstan, Morocco, Afghanistan and the United Arab Emirates.
He's been in a couple of good ones so far, Miroslav Kaplarishenko. Just look at his face, that tells you the story. But a marking up around the eye, the nose has started to bleed a couple of times. His fight in this ring, in the first preliminary round, got stopped in the second due to a nosebleed after a head clash. Went to the cards, he won it. He then beat Edwin Owejor of Kenya in the last round, but took an 8 in round 3, a standing 8 count. His nose started to bleed again. That was a problem. So he's bringing entertainment at the minute. Whether he's enjoying that or not particularly is another question. Got to the quarterfinals of the Europeans in 2024. Boxed at the World Championships the year before that. This is his 4th World Championships, actually. 28 years old. A World Junior bronze medalist way back in the day. So Gonzalez in the red, Kaplarishenko in the blue. Looking for the 1-2 there, Kaplarishenko. Throws it from the outside, just trying to get a sense of the distance left into the body. throwing that left hand and then just spinning off around his front foot. He's really to let anything go here, Gonzalez. He's kind of on the outside, having a bit of a prowl, having a bit of a look, and Kaplarichenko is just building up a bit of a rhythm here. He's pushed it back in the ropes and chopping down. Nice right hand on the move there from Kaplarichenko, and he's just injecting a bit of pace into this now, Gonzalez. And it's the right thing to do because he's had a look for long enough. Kaplarichenko, as I said, was just being allowed to build up a little bit of a rhythm there, just punching when he pleased, and he just couldn't allow that to continue, Gonzalez. Because to an extent, really, he's just given this first round away. And in a 3-round fight, you just can't do that. That's better, just setting his feet and letting a right hand go there. Left hand from Kaplarichenko. I think he just lost his footing slightly. This one just catching fire a bit towards the end of the round. That's more like it. Bell goes. He had a strong finish there, Gonzalez. And he can take that momentum into the next round, maybe. I think he was too slow starting myself. He had a good look. A good long look, too long a look. That's a nice left hand there from Kaplarichenko, and then just kind of lost his balance. Four-1 in favour of Kaplarichenko there. Gonzalez's strong finish, just doing enough in the eyes of our judge from Afghanistan. So he's got something on the board there, and you just never know. That might turn out to be important.
Round 2.
He's got to bring the heat here, Gonzalez. One, two there from Kaplarichenko. Gonzalez just trying to dip that head, get on the inside. Nice left hand there, though, from the Israeli. Right hand into the body there from Gonzalez. And the nose has started to bleed again here, Kaplarichenko. That's happened in his first 2 fights. His first one was stopped in the second due to it. It started because of a head clash, and he was ahead in the fight, so he won the fight. And his next one, again, it started to go. It looked like it could be a bit of a problem. And the doctor's going to have a look here. And the problem he could have here is that there's existing damage there which is causing it to bleed easily, but if the referee decides that the punches cause that bleeding to start, then that's where his problems begin, really. The ref, on the advice of the doctor, allowing this one to continue. He'll be used to it by now, that's one thing you can say. Good couple of shots there from Kaplarichenko. Gonzalez trying to work on the inside. He's got to finish the round strong here again, though, Gonzalez, because Kaplarichenko, for me, is ahead in this round. And Gonzalez He got stuck in towards the end of the first. He's going to have to do the same thing again here, but again, it could well be that he's just left it a little bit too late. He's very fussy, this referee. They're not landing absolutely clean, those kinds of hooks that he's throwing, but I think enough of it's getting through. Little right hand definitely did land. Final 10 seconds. Kaplarishchenko, he's on the ropes there, and he just didn't attack Gonzalez. And there's a little nick by the corner of the left eye there of Kaplarishchenko as well, I think. And you look at his face, and if he does make it through to the quarterfinals and claim his 10,000 US dollars, then it'll be hard earned, because the blood's not coming out of the nose particularly, but just a little cut on the corner of the eye. It looks that way anyway, but looks can be a bit deceiving sometimes. I don't think there's much in that. The blood's running clear of the eye, which is good for him because it's not obscuring his vision. And they're getting the Q-tips up the nose there to try and soak up the blood, and they're just kind of leaving the cut as it is. So the trainer must have looked at that and decided that the priority is not that. And you look at the marking up around the eyes as well, damage from previous fights. He's not attending to the cut on the corner of the eye at all there, really. Just wipes it off with the towel. In not very delicate fashion, that's slightly odd. So third and final round, and in the middle of all that we had split scoring again in favour of Kaplarishchenko.
Third and final round.
And Kaplarishchenko with a 2-point lead with 3 of the judges. The other 2 cards are level. He forgot to put his gum shield in. So Gonzalez needs a big round here to turn things around, and I think this has been quite a strange performance from him, because towards the end of the first round he started to become more aggressive after having what I felt was a long hard look, and he had some success in the second round. He didn't really do much, to be perfectly honest, and now he's coming out strong at the start of the third, and it could be too little too late. The blood is coming from the corner of the eye from the cut again, the cut that wasn't really treated in between rounds, and that's why the referee is taking him over to see the doctor now. And we need to know how that cut was caused. I haven't seen any kind of indication from the ref. If it was a head clash and it gets stopped now, we'll go to the cards and he's well ahead. If it's from a punch and it gets stopped, then he'll lose. A minute gone in this third round, and he's in familiar territory here, Kaplarishchenko, a bit like his last fight where the nose started to bleed. He got hit with a standing 8 count, and he just had to try and see it out, and he's going to do the same thing here. He doesn't want that to bleed too much more. He doesn't want to be going over to see the doctor too much more, unless he knows that that was caused by the head clash. He'll have a good idea because he's the one in there, but as I said, I didn't see the signal. And again, Gonzalez kind of had him back in the corner there. He could have let his hands go and just didn't really. He's looked menacing. He's looked like he could be a threat, but he just hasn't provided enough of a threat throughout the course of the fight. Every now and again, he'll have a little smile on his face. He'll kind of spread his gloves wide, but he just hasn't done enough. And Kaplarishchenko is gutsing this out here. He's got good fundamentals. Boxing out of the southpaw stance, throws a decent jab, 1-2. That's a good jab there, nice and snappy. And he's got good movement. But I just feel like Gonzalez could have made his life more difficult. So he's touching distance away now, Kaplarichenko. He's got those 3 cards that he led by 2 points at the end of 2 rounds. And I think he's won this 3rd and final round. And he should go through by unanimous decision, I think, turning those 2 currently drawn cards into cards in his favour.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision goes in favor of your winner via split decision. In the blue corner, representing Israel, Miroslav Kaplarichenko.
So Kaplarichenko gets it on a 4-1 split. I thought he won every round and won every round pretty clearly. That score in the middle there of 2-1 to Gonzalez is a mystery to me. But the right fighter has got the decision. And it's been hard fought for him. You just look at his face as he leaves the ring. Blood just seeping out the end of the nose. Blood coming from the cut on the corner of the eye. Marking up between those, below rather, those 2 eyes. And he's through to the quarterfinals, and he's going to pocket at least $10,000 US. So it's all worth it. It's always worth it in the end. And now we head into the super heavyweights.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 92+ kilogram weight division. That is the super heavyweight division. Your referee for the contest from Latvia is Sergei Petrunin. Introducing into the ring first in the red corner, representing New Zealand, George Holler.
George Holler, gold medalist at this year's Oceania Championships.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner, representing Kyrgyzstan, Mirzakir Koshalayev.
Mirzakir Koshalayev just following him in. There's Holler just making the trip up the steps. 28 years old.
Your judges for the contest come from Egypt, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Tunisia and Colombia.
Koshalayev of Kyrgyzstan was in Liverpool for the World Boxing World Championships, ran into Demar Thomas in the opening round, I think. Thomas had a good tournament. Gold medalist at the 2025 Asian Under-22, so that shows you the quality that he's got. Beat Bikramjit Singh of India in his previous fight. Holler just waiting patiently for him. These are 2 big men. You look at the size of the chest and the shoulders on them. 18 years old, so 10 years younger. To win an Asian Under-22 gold medal at 18, that is some going. So our penultimate fight of the night. 2 at super heavyweight to finish off with. Holler, New Zealand in the red. Koshalayev, Kyrgyzstan in the blue. Steps into a lead left hand there, Koshaliyev. And landed a combination there, Koshaliyev. He's let 2-3 punches go and had a bit of an impact on Holler. I couldn't see perfectly because I had a large man from Kyrgyzstan in my way, but he's got nice, loose, relaxed hands on him. He's just creeping in, Koshaliyev. And again, just leads off with that left hand and follows it with the right. Holler just trying to find a room with the right hand. He can't just allow Koshaliyev just to walk in on him, which is what's happening at the minute. And again now, he's backed up to the ropes. Koshaliyev just comes creeping in. And he's got good hand speed when he gets close. Trying to get a right hand away. Koshaliyev came back with his own, which is sticking out the lead hand there, Holler. That right hand's ready to go, you would say, but he's not thrown it all that much into the final 25 seconds of round one. Koshaliyev had some good moments early on. Since then, they've been right within punching range and they've been willing to let their hands go. There's a nice straight right hand from Holler. It's one of those fights where you feel like something massive is about to land at any second. And the most dangerous moments did come from Koshaliyev. Well split, 4-1 in his favour.
Seconds out. Round two.
So into the second, Koshaliyev, Kyrgyzstan in the blue. 4-1 up from that first round. George Holler, New Zealand in the red. Oceanian senior champion in Holler up against a Asian under-22 champion in Koshaliyev. Lead left hook landed. He springs in quick for such a big man. He's quite reactive here, Holler. He's trying to work off what Koshaliyev is doing, and honestly, he's not really offering that much. That's a good right hand there from Hallett. Took his feet in, that was the key. Shortened it up, and he got through. Koshaliyev throwing from just too far out there. That's better from Hallett. Again, just comes in behind the jab. I think that straight right gave him a bit of confidence. He's maybe been a bit too wary of Koshaliev's power up until this point. But he can bang himself. You look at the size of him, look at the size of the chest and the shoulders. Little jab to the chest there from Hallett. He needs to just put in a strong finish here, Hallett. Right hand into the chest again. Nice quick feet, as I say, got close. And this has been much more like it in the second half of the round here from George Hallett. And that's the danger. The right hand came there from Koshaliyev, but you have to take that risk. I wonder, did Hallett do enough there to get himself back into this? He just seemed to find a bit of confidence in that second half. And that right hand, that crunching right hand down the middle was the best punch that was thrown during the round. Well, the answer is no, he didn't. Koshaliyev gets it 10-9 on all of the cards, so he's got a healthy lead with 4 of the judges, 20 points to 18 with 4 of the judges. The other card is level.
Seconds out.
I thought he did some good work in the second half of that round there, Hallett. It's been one of those fights where...
Third and final round.
They've been quite sparing of what they've thrown, and in terms of what's got through clean, there's not been a lot at all. Left hand came back there from Koshaliyev. The New Zealand corner are just encouraging Hallett just to double up on the jab, and when he throws, just to stay in there and throw again. Right hand there from Hallett. Left hook followed by the right hand. And Koshaliyev just backing up a little bit here, midway through the third round. He needs to go after him a bit here, Hallett. Koshaliyev isn't offering very much at the minute. Throws a left hand, nice loose left hand, gets through with it. But the mouth's open there for Koshaliyev. And Hallett's got over a minute here. This is a super heavyweight division. You land something big, it can all be over in the blink of an eye. That's what he needs. But in this division, more than any other, that is a possibility. That's it. Crashes that right hand through, round the back of the guard. And then throws another right. Now for me, this has kind of been a fight of two halves, really. Ashiraliyev won that opening round, won the first half of the second round, and since then I think Holler has been the better fighter. He's not going to go through here. He's got no chance of going through because he was 2 points down on 4 cards heading into this final round, and I don't think he's going to do enough to win this one. 10-8, long right hand, and that lands again though. Final few seconds. Well, there goes the bell. And Ashiraliyev is going to go through, we know that. But when he watches this one back, I think Holler might just have a few little regrets there because he could have pushed things a bit harder. You get the feeling he could have pushed things a bit harder there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the decision goes in favor of your winner via unanimous decision. In the blue corner, representing Kyrgyzstan, Mirkazir Koshalayev.
So 5-0, 2-1 on 2 cards, 3-0 on the other 3 cards. I don't think he's got a lot of reward there for some of the punches that he landed, George Holler. I'm not arguing with the winner, but I thought it was actually quite a close fight, that. So he goes through. And now one more to go. Aritea Butoa of French Polynesia and David Surov of Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final contest of the evening will be in the 92 plus super heavyweight division. Your referee in charge of the action from Armenia is Bagrat Avoyan. Introducing first, coming into the red corner representing French Polynesia, Yannick Arite Putua. And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing Russia, David Surov.
That's Putua, French Polynesia. Pacific Games gold 10 years ago. An Oceanian Championship bronze as well. And an Oceanian silver this year. Won by stoppage in the third against Jodlson Luvo of Angola.
Your judges for the contest come from Morocco, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Colombia and Kazakhstan.
David Surov of Russia, 20 years old. Good showing at the Great Silkway in April. And as one of BRICS Games bronze. BRICS Games being a competition between Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, so strong nations. He had a walkover in his first scheduled fight against Dmitry Milic of North Macedonia. So this is our final fight of the night in Ring A. Day 5. Round of 16 again tomorrow. On Wednesday we'll have the quarterfinals. Thursday the semi-finals. Friday IBA Pro. But a day off for these fighters who've made it through to the finals. Then Saturday the finals themselves.
Round one.
So into the first. Putoa in the red, Surov in the blue. Putoa fights like you would expect him to fight, given his build. He'll throw hooks, he'll throw uppercuts, he'll look to get onto the inside. Use that core, really turn into the punches, get that rotation going. And Surov will look to keep it more on the outside, quite upright. Looking for the 1-2 there, Surov. Right hand on the inside there, underneath from Putoa. Surov's done a good job so far of occupying him with that lead hand. He's using his feet well. Putoa has got to just try and put that intelligent pressure on him. Get those feet to slow down as soon as possible. When you fight like he does, you'll be used to losing the first round. That's something that will happen often when you're in a good level. If you're up against somebody like this, who's got that movement, who's got that balance, who's got that awareness of where they are in the ring. But you want to make it harder and harder and harder for them to do this. And that tipping point needs to come in the second round. It doesn't have to come exactly midway through. The referee just talking to him about low blows there. You see fights where it comes quite near the end of the second, but then they do some real damage towards the end of the second, and it's enough to turn things. And again, that's some decent work on the inside there from Putoa, and just signs that he is beginning to get through a bit. That's a nice right-hand lead there from Surov. He's got some skills, definitely. That's good. Just slides off round the side of Putoa. Looks for the long 1-2. Throws a combination and then gets himself out of there. Long right hand from Surov, but a left came back to the stomach. So that's a Surov round, you would say, but as I said, Putoa will be used to finding himself behind after a round, but in the second round now he's just got to pick things up a bit because he needs to start getting to him. Well, 10-9 across the board there for the Russian.
Seconds out. Round two.
Bit slow getting the stool out. Okay, so into the second. Left hand into the body there, and he is looking to pick things up at the start of the round here, Patoa. Good use of the jab there from Surov. Throws the 1-2. What he's done well is he's not really given Patoa any peace. Bit of blood, I think, maybe, from the end of the nose, or is that my eyes deceiving me of Patoa there? Surov's just always working, throwing something. Little jab to the body there. So it's hard for Patoa to really set up these attacks, and that's what you have to do if you're Surov. You can't switch off. You can't just allow him a few seconds even just to walk in unimpeded and then unload on you. Good 1-2 from Surov, that's nice. Patoa back in the corner. He's out of ideas here a little bit. Trying to tuck up behind the shoulder. And what Surov doesn't want to do here is get greedy. This is working fine. He landed another nice right hand there, but just maintain this kind of range. Make sure those feet are underneath you. Don't get too close. Don't stay there too long, because Patoa could, to an extent, be trying to tempt you in a little bit there. Not playing possum exactly, but if he could just lure you in a little bit closer and then land on your chin with one of those big hooks, you're going to have a problem. Good right hand. And then steps off to his right. Left into the pit of the stomach there from Patoa, but Surov again just turns around him. Good discipline this from the Russian fighter so far into the final minute of round 2. There is a little smear of blood coming from that nose of Patoa, nothing major. And he looked for a big overhand right there, but caught a right hand on the inside. And again, good there from Surov. Landed the combination and then just pulled out slightly. Not miles away, he's still close enough to launch another attack. But with the way that Patoa throws his punches, he's far enough away that he's going to be able to see what's coming. Well, there goes the bell, and that's another Surov round, so Patoa is going to need something big in this third and final round. It's good boxing, this from Surov, 20 years old. Couple of 10-8s there. We've been talking about scoring quite a lot today, and again, that's a good example. Absolutely, you'd be justified in scoring that 10-8. It was a clear round win.
Third and final round.
So third and final round, and really you would say that Patoa needs a knockout here. He's got to land something big and go after Surov for every second of this round. Combination again there from Surov. Patoa gets a little bit closer there, bangs to the body. That's lovely from Surov, really, really good. straight right hand and then rolls away, and that's been the key for him. He's never stood and admired his work. He's set his feet to punch to give himself a good bit of power, but then as soon as he's done what he's wanted to do, he hasn't stayed there. Right hand into the body there from Zhussupov, heading up towards the final minute. And just walking Prasad back towards the other side of the ring. This has been a very good disciplined performance. He's been on point right from the start. He's just never let a dangerous guy, because he is that, Prasad. He absolutely is that, and he's never let him into the fight. Final 10 seconds. Well, there goes the bell, and that concludes the boxing in Ring A for the day. And we finished with a good one there, because Zhussupov boxed really, really well. Really well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scored in favor of your winner by a unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Russia, David Surov.
So Zhussupov takes it some 10-8s.
And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the boxing for this evening. We appreciate your attendance here at the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships 2025, and we will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. where boxing will resume in the bantamweight division.
So let's just take a little look at some highlights from that final fight, then we'll show you the table of results, and as Aki said there, we will see you back here at 5 o'clock where we'll get underway with boxing in the bantamweight division. The round of 16 continues, places in the quarterfinals, and those checks for $10,000 US also up for grabs. And we had some good performances. Abdumalik Khalokov was pretty mercurial. Good stuff from Mahammadali, Ashiraliyev. That was a very good performance. PROKUDINS, PROKUDINS too. Ukimboa Fazlidin. It was a day of kind of accomplished performances tonight rather than anything particularly breathtaking. But we will see you again tomorrow at 5.